What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Yolanda. My channel is Yolanda's Books. Nice to meet you. For those who are new, for those who are not new, welcome back. How are y'all doing today? This book vlog today is going to be the mid-year book freakout tag. I think I have done this once and only once, and it was pretty fun to do. So I'm not going to hold you guys up too long. We're just going to get straight into the video. I did look back on my Goodreads, look back at some of the books that I have kept on my shelves to answer these questions. So this will be a fun-filled, just what my thoughts is and what books that I liked so far this year. The first question is, best book you read this year so far? The first book that popped into my head when I read this question was Rhythm Blues by Kimberly Brown. I really did enjoy that book. It is a urban fiction. It is a romance book, and it is about a girl named Rhythm and a dude named Channing and a dude named Raheem. It is all about the music biz. Rhythm was a very successful young lady. She actually was with her high school sweetheart. Things did not go exactly the way she wanted them or she thought that they should go. Raheem was really a butthole. Channing was just the sweetest little Southern Belle guy. He was raised by his mom, and he helped take care of his mom and his grandmother, and he also had a music studio. The writing in this book was the best. The spice in this book was off the rip, and it was just the way I feel like a nice romantic relationship should be. Channing was very nice to Rhythm. Channing was very sweet to Rhythm. Rhythm was like a true Southern Belle girl. She had the hips, she had the thighs, she had the looks, she had the hair, and she had the brains. I really did enjoy Rhythm Blues for the first half of the year. Next question, best sequel you have read so far this year? The Windy City series is the series that popped into my head when I read this question, and this series is written by Liz Tomford. The first book is Mile High, and it is about Stevie and Xander, and it is a hockey romance. The second book is about is Right Move, and it is about Stevie's brother, can't quite remember his name, and one of Stevie's friends from work. Basketball romance. The third book, which I am actually reading right now, is Caught Up by Liz Tomford, and it is about Kaya and Miller, and it is a baseball romance. I just love the way each book has something to do with a character that was mentioned enough in the previous books that you actually remember seeing or reading about them in the previous book. So the Windy City series is a sequel so far that I have read. The new release you haven't read yet but want to. A new release that I have not read yet but want to. One of them is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I have not read that book yet, even though I have had it since it was released. And the reason why I do not or have not read that book yet, y'all, is because I really just do not want the series to end. I don't want this series to end, y'all, and I know that that is the last book in that series, and I'm just not ready for that series to end. Another one is one that I just recently heard about, and it's by V.A. Schwab, and it is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I really don't know too much about what that book is about. A person that I follow on TikTok, Julie, I believe her name is, I seen her talk about that book during one of my TikTok sprints, and I actually seen that book in Walmart, and I just thought the cover of that book was beautiful, so I picked that one up. And then the other book that I want to read but have not read yet is King of Ashes by S.A. Crosby. If y'all know, or if y'all have read any of S.A. Crosby books, y'all know why I put that on my list. I have read a few of his books, not all. I have not read Blacktop Wasteland. That is a book also that I really want to get into and read by S.A. Crosby. But King of Ashes, I hear a lot of great things about that book as well. Next question, most anticipated release of the second half of the year. All right, for that question, I only actually have 2 books because I'm not really big at looking forward to see what are the newer books that's coming out or that is supposed to be released at whatever time. I actually kind of figured that out by looking at other people's vlogs or occasionally seeing it on Goodreads. And when I participate in the Goodreads giveaways, that also lets me know like anticipated reads that are supposed to be coming out, that are arcs for, you know, that you can win off of Goodreads. But I did look up just a little bit of to see if I can find any books that I can give you guys that I want to read for the second half of the year. And one of them is a adult fantasy, and it is The Reaper by Jackson Brown. I've never read a book by this author, so the cover kind of looked really nice to me, so I felt like I would actually enjoy reading that book. Catabasis, I think that's the name of it, by R.F. Kuang. I have seen Kalila D talk about this book, and I think that she is either very excited to read this book or she have read it and really did enjoy this book. And the cover of it is just screaming, I am a good book. So Catabasis is another book that I would like to read for the second half of the year. Next question, biggest disappointment. I have 2 big disappointments that came off the top of my head when I wrote down this question. The first one is Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searley. I was so hyped up to read that book. So many people said that they enjoyed that book. When they came out with a new cover, even for a paperback for that book, I was super excited to buy the book. But now the only reason why the book is on my shelf and not going to a Little Free Library is because of the cover. So that book was a huge disappointment to me. It just did not scream what the synopsis was saying about the book to me, or at least I guess I could say I was expecting something different, and that just made the book not good to me. A second book is Ghost Camera. Forgot who the author is, but the cover of that book was screaming horror, thriller, scary, all the things, and the material in that book just was not any of those to me. It was very hard to keep my attention to reading that book. I think I did have a audio to that book, and that was the only thing that helped me to finish that book and not DNF it. Next question, biggest surprise. My biggest surprise for a book this year so far, or at least one of them that I want to talk about, is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. If y'all have not read that book, please read that book. Please try that book. I enjoyed that book so much. That book was a huge page turner for me. I think I read that book in like a couple of days. Probably could have read it even quicker, but you know how life gets in the way. But y'all, the material in that book, the thrill in that book, the writing in that book was just off the chain. That book had me surprised. I was eager to see who did what. When it was a part in there when she was using a typewriter, and when things just did not look the way y'all, read the book, then come back and you write down in the comments in this message, in this vlog, or message me on my Instagram or my TikTok page and tell me what y'all think about that book, because that was my biggest surprise for this year so far. Next question, favorite new author. My favorite new author at this present moment is Octavia Grant. And her books called Cutthroat and Dear Vicky made her my favorite author right now for this time of the year. Cutthroat was the best book by that author. I think, or I want to say that those two books were the first books that I read by her. As a matter of fact, I don't know, was Kindred. Who wrote Kindred? I don't think it was Octavia Grant. Oh, it was Octavia Grant, to my understanding, that wrote Kindred. Y'all read so many books, but I don't think Octavia Grant wrote Kindred. But those were the first two books that I read by her, and they were super unhinged. Super unhinged, and I freaking was here to eat all the pages up. Next question, newest fictional crush. Rome by Natasha Bishop, only for the week, was a very big fictional crush for me. Rome was just the sweetest guy in that book. He treated her with so much love and respect, even though they were doing things secretly. The spice that they had in between them two were just top tier. He was successful, and he was just right up the alley for what she needed. Another one that recently became a fictional crush for me was Henry from the Maple Hill series by Hannah Grace. Daydream. He was such the sweetest guy in that book. I already felt like his character was of what he was in Daydream by reading The Icebreaker and the Wildfire. I was just waiting on Henry's book. I was like, Hannah Grace, when will there be a Henry book? I want to see more about Henry. And Daydream gave me exactly what I was looking for. I think Daydream will be the first pick in that book for me out of that series, and then Icebreaker, and I think the Wildfire was like the least that I actually liked it in that series. Question is newest favorite character. My newest, this question and the next question, book that made me cry, kind of go together, so we will talk about them together. So it will be newest favorite character and book that made me cry. Both of these answers surround around The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. That was the book that made me cry. I was such a big crybaby when I read that book, because that book was just so freaking sad. It was just so sad. Rebecca Yarros, I just don't understand where you got the imagination, where you got the words for that book or the inspiration, but that book was super teary-eyed for me. And Beckett was my new favorite character because of how he stepped up, how he ended up loving her, and the way he loved those kids. And I really did like his little dog as well. Next question, book that made you happy, only for the week by Natasha Bishop. Really made me happy because I just love the way Juliet, whatever her name was, she actually got a backbone for herself as far as what she felt like she needed out of life, how she should be treated, even if it was by family. Next question, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. Gosh, y'all, I really did love the special editions for The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce. I loved the edition of The Wren and the Holy Library. Bones, Bury Us in Our Midnight Bones is a very cutesy book. Of course, can't get enough. I love all the covers to that series. Love. The Girls Who Grew Big, I feel like that cover to that book is just so beautiful. Till Summers Do Us Apart, it has a summary cover to it, and it is just the prettiest thing to me as well. Next question, books you need to read by the end of the year. And this is just going to be rapid fire, y'all. But if I have something that I want to say about either of these books, then I will actually say them. But it's just going to be like rapid fire because it's like 10 of them. And I will pop all of them up on the screen so you guys will be able to see exactly the book that I am speaking of. Blue Sisters by Coco Miller is one that I have had on my shelf for quite some time, and I am just so eager to read it. I have heard so much about those four sisters and the things that is going on with them, both of them with such different lifestyles as they have gotten grown. So Blue Sisters is one. Junie by Erin Crosby Eccleston. I love the cover of that book. I hope that I really like the content in that book. That was also a book that I gave away in a Yolandas Books giveaway. So very interested in reading that book. Can't Get Enough, of course, by Kennedy Ryan. The Girls Who Grew Big by Leila Madley. Recently brought that book when I went to visit my brother for the 4th of July. Went to their Books A Million. Was looking for that book. I had to have that book. Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. That is another book that I want to read before the end of the year. The Favorites by Lena Forgo. I have that book. Y'all, I'm so ready to dig into that book. I don't even know what I am waiting on, but I am so freaking ready to dig into that book. It is just a shame. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That cover just really makes me want to dig into that book. I want to read that book because of the love story that should be in that book. And I have actually read a book by that author and really did enjoy it, and it was Malibu Rising. So I hope Atmosphere lives up to its hype as well. Play Along by Liz Tomford. I think it is the 4th book in the Windy City series. Very interested in reading that to see what is going on with the characters in that book. The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. Such a cute cover. I had been looking for that book. Finally found that book at either Books A Million or BAM. Same thing. Either Barnes and Noble or BAM. And every day I look at the cover on that book on my shelf, I'm like, I gotta get to read that book. I really want to read that book before this year is over. The last book is Heartless Hunters by Kristen. I don't know how to say that last name. It was a book club pick that we read for, was it May, or was supposed to read? I started it, but I did not finish it. So I really want to read that book as well. And with that being said, I want to read The Rebel Witch by that same author, which is the 2nd book in that series. Any books you feel you should mention? Any books I feel that I should mention? Of course, The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, y'all. If y'all are in the mood to cry, if y'all are in the mood for just a tearjerker, I would suggest that you guys read The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. If you like young adult sports romance, I would suggest that you read Daydream. I loved that book, and I also loved that Hallie, she like owned or was a member of a book club. I loved the way she actually liked to bake, and I just felt like she was just a very nice character in that book. The Caught Up, y'all. Caught Up by Navisa. What is her name? Allen. This book, come back to me, y'all. This book right here, I really enjoyed this book. I can't say that I enjoyed Lights Out by this character, but I really did enjoy this book. This book right here just hit so differently than the first book did. I loved the characters in this book. It was just the best thing. James by Persifa Everett. Y'all know I will freak up a name. I really did enjoy that book, and I feel like you guys would too. I cannot say enough about Kennedy Ryan and her books, Real, This Could Be Us, you know, all those books. I would suggest you guys read some of those books as well. Kristen Hanna, she has some very nice books that I have read by her. I have read The Four Winds, I have read The Women, and for them to be historical fictions, they were very, very, very nice books. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Y'all, if y'all have not read those books, read it. Read those books. A Flicker in the Dark has been was a great book for me to read this year. Y'all, I can just go on and on and on about books that I should mention to you guys to read for the year, or books that I have actually read. Y'all already know how I feel about The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce. What's her name? Frida McFadden. Like, I'm not even gonna go there with you guys about her because her books are just off the chain. I did read, the last book I read by her was The Tenant, but it wasn't my best read for her. Archer's Voice, y'all, when I finally did get to read that by Mia Chardon, when I finally got to read that book, I was like, I can't get this book to no little free library. Like, I gotta keep this book because I'm gonna read this book again. So those are just a few books that I am suggesting to you guys to read that Yolanda's books actually really did enjoy. So guys, I really did enjoy talking to you guys in this mid-year book freakout tag. Like I said, this was the second time that I actually did a vlog of this nature, and sometimes even though I'm home and you guys will see the vlog when I actually post it, I'm still a bit nervous because I don't know, I feel like I should do, or I want to do, like more writing down of things that I want to say, or like more research on different books that I talk about, even though like I have either read them or just whatever. But, and that's just constructive criticism for myself. I just want to really elevate my channel to the point of that you guys really love the space that I am creating for us to be in. So guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any family or friends who like to read books just as much as we do, ask them to look me up on YouTube, look me up on TikTok and Instagram. I will put my handles up for those channels in the cards or in the frame somewhere. Follow me there and just become a part of this space, guys. I really enjoy reading books. I read books more than I actually look at movies because I feel like I'm in a movie. I don't know if you guys feel that way or not. If you do, drop it down in the comments and let me know. But guys, I really enjoy talking to you guys. I really enjoy the support that you have given me. We are 1,103 subscribers strong the last I looked, but you know how it can go up and down. So guys, I do have a membership on my channel. I do have the supers that you guys can support me with. There are a number of different things on my channel that you guys can help support the channel. So if you would like, it would be greatly appreciated. If not, it's fine. I just love the support and I just love you guys being in my space. But I just wanted to put that out there that I do have memberships and I do have supers. I have all the things that you guys can do to help me support my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.